What's up, guys? Welcome back to Reese and Hunter Make Food. I'm Reese.
And I'm Hunter, and today we're super excited. We're making P.F. Chang's inspired stir-fry salads, but we're actually gonna make them nut-free and gluten-free.
Yeah, and so P.F. Chang's has these really awesome lettuce wraps that we're gonna turn into a salad today.
Yeah, and we're super excited to jump into it, but before we do, gotta go to the grocery store. Nice. All right, so since we're making this thing nut-free and gluten-free, we went with this sesame satay sauce from Thrive. As you can see, it's nut-free, it's using sesame seeds, and it really brings that peanut flavor. Next, we have ginger juice. Just as good as ginger, but you don't have to grate ginger or keep it in the fridge or have it go bad. This stuff is just as good. So, organic cilantro, we're gonna use this to top at the end and kind of bring a lot of freshness to the table at the top of our salad. Then a yellow onion, this is organic, and it's a really good year-round onion, really good for stir fries and sauteing. That's what we got. And then a red onion. This is really good for eating raw. We're actually gonna slice this thinly and soak it to bring some of the pungency of that onion down. And we're gonna top our salad with that as well. Next is an organic red bell pepper. And this is gonna be thrown in with that yellow onion for the stir fry and bring some sweetness, a whole lot of flavor in these guys. And finally, our ground beef. We went with grass-fed, grass-finished, pasture-raised, 92.8 ground beef. You can use whatever fat content you like, but we really like to go with high quality beef because you are what you eat, but you're also what your food eats.
Prove it. And then next up, we've got these organic water chestnuts. And these don't have a whole lot of flavor, but they do add a good bit of crunch, and we like throwing them in the stir fry.
Give me that crunch.
And then we've also got this organic clove of garlic. You could definitely use like a jar of minced garlic, but we just went with the actual plant. Red pepper flakes. You could use black pepper flakes, but we find these taste a little bit better and they'll go better with the dish. So these are cocoa aminos, and this is a gluten-free alternative to soy sauce. And what's cool is it pretty much tastes just like soy sauce. And yeah, it's soy-free and gluten-free as well. This is organic dino kale, and so it's a little bit different tasting than your curly leaf kale, but we're gonna chop it up finely, and that's gonna be the base of our salad. Along with this head of romaine lettuce, which is gonna give it that crispy and crunchy texture.
All right, to get started, we're gonna slice very thinly this red onion. The reason we're starting with this first is because this actually has to soak as we prep all the other ingredients. See how thinly I'm slicing these things? We don't want a whole lot of that pungent onion flavor, and so therefore we're gonna take this red onion and soak it for about 30 minutes. All right, so up next, our meat. We're gonna add some olive oil to a pan, toss in our ground beef, break it all up, let it cook a bit before we add our seasonings. That's gonna be 2 tablespoons of those coconut aminos, a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and you can sauce to taste. And once that's cooked, you're gonna wanna take that and put it into an open bowl so it can cool a little bit before we plate it in our salad. Up next, our dino kale. Chop these into kind of shreddy pieces and stop a little bit before the stem because kale has this really thick stem that could throw off the texture of your salad. You see I'll stop right here. And then up next, the romaine lettuce. Chop the stem off of that bad boy, and then we're gonna cut this into little strips as well, and we're gonna actually mix both of these salads. Pro tip, salt and pepper your lettuce. This is what they do in restaurants to make it taste so much better. When you make salads at home, they don't taste as good. So mix that all up, put that in a bowl, and you can set it aside.
Throw down an onion, and then we're gonna do the exact same thing that Hunter did with his earlier, except that we're gonna cut it one more time. So we're gonna take these thin pieces and chop them again. Transfer all of those to a bowl, and then throw down a bell pepper. And pretty much cut this into the same size pieces that we did with our onion. Next up, turn your water chestnuts into regular chestnuts by draining the water from them, and then chop them up in the same way that we did our onions and bell peppers. And then smack a garlic, go ahead and chop the ends of it off, and then dice it up finely, and repeat this process for as many garlic as you want. Transfer your veggies to a pan. You can actually throw this in with the meat that we cooked earlier, but I don't eat meat, so we're gonna use a separate pan.
Reese is a veggie boy.
Stir everything together before adding 2 tablespoons of coconut aminos and a little bit of our satay sauce. Or a lot of it. And then lastly, some red pepper flakes.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Stir everything together and you're pretty much done, so you can go ahead and taste it, see if it's good. It is good. And then we're pretty much done here. So, Hunter?
Time to plate. And again, I'm the furthest thing from a food stylist. So if you have any recommendations, please leave them in the comments down below. A little bit of ginger juice, a little bit of extra sauce, and cilantro.
And you should end up with something that looks kind of like this. We're gonna throw the macros and calories on the screen.
All right, guys, this is it. It's PF Chang's lettuce wrap sauteed salad. Looks like Reason's very hungry. You're not gonna get big doing that, guy. Let's try it.
Yeah? You wanna cheers on this with the forks?
No.
Okay, no cheers.
Spill. Mix it all up. That dressing is essentially that peanut sauce that we made, that we used. So, yeah, here we go.
All right. Wow. That's awesome.
That's crazy. There's no peanuts in there. That literally tastes like a peanut sauce.
It's so wild, like how good the onions taste when you soak them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because that red onion normally would like overpower the whole dish. Whenever you soak them, it takes out a lot of that oniony flavor.
Yeah, no kidding.
But still leaves like that good floral taste.
That's awesome.
We'll make this again.
And those water chestnuts stand out. Super crunchy.
Yeah, the crunchiness
That's
is
good.
good. But yeah, guys, this is it. The PF Chang's lettuce wrap deconstructed salad. If you liked it, if you learned something, if you want to make this at home, give the video a like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon because new videos every Monday.
Thanks, guys.
Sick. That works.